Okay, so here's a unique piece of equipment that you don't see very often or in many places. It's a signaling arrow produced by a company in Quebec called Zone Technologie, IE. And typically these are marketed towards public works vehicles and whatnot. Sometimes you see them on emergency vehicles. You can mount them to the roof with like this elevator platform that raises and lowers. And what's particularly unique and useful about this is how far away you can see it. These modules are extremely bright. And this particular one has a little photocell mounted under there, so it will automatically go into day or night mode. I'm not entirely sure why when you've activated either the, I guess you would call this center out, or either left or right side respectively, those two modules are not powered on. Any bar of this configuration that I've ever seen is always like that, so I don't know why they do that. They do produce their own controller here, just a very simple controller. I think you have some auxiliary output that you can, I don't know, activate a spotlight or some other device. And then these kind of like tactile buttons that beep. This function is quite bizarre. As you can see, all it really does is flash the center row. This can't really do any type of patterns or flashing of individual modules or anything like that. I suppose you could if you wired it up to some other controller, but this is how they're typically configured. So when you pick either the left or right side, you can see again that that one module is always off. No idea why they wired it that way. The whole housing itself is nothing too special. It's just a blow molded plastic housing, and then these individual modules will just screw out and you can replace them or whatever. The original versions of these actually had halogen lamps in them, tungsten lamps, and then eventually they made these LEDs. You push the same button and it just switches off. It's really like a cheaply made kind of homebrew type of bar, but they seem to be well made because you see them all over the place. All of these are just blow molded. Actually, this is probably injection molded plastic. This is just blow molded. I guess there's some kind of board under here and it's potted in, not really an epoxy, but almost like an RTV silicone type of thing, and then each little LED is just kind of poking out of there. Be interested to see how that's manufactured, but these aren't cheap LEDs. These are extremely bright LEDs. You can see them from quite a distance. So anyways, just a look at that.